Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. My name's Dana and I am so excited to share my love of makeup and beauty with you all. Today I'm going to share a quick look and a review using the UOMA Beauty Queen to Be mini palette from their Coming to America collection. So if you want to hear some more detailed thoughts on the palette and also see how I achieved this halo eye perfect for spring, then stick around. So now that you're all zoomed in, we can get started. I have already primed my eyes and set the primer, so we can just get started with the colors. I'm thinking I'm going to do sort of a purple to yellow halo eye today, so let's give that a try. So first, on my big fluffy brush here, I am going to take this shade. I believe it is pronounced Ya Asantewa. I'm so sorry if that is not correct. And I am just going to put that on the inner and outer corner and most of the way into the center of the lid. I really like this shade because it's a really soft lilac, but you can definitely build it up to be a little more pigmented if you want it to be. Next, I'm going to take a bit of a smaller blending brush and this pink shade up top here. This color is called Emina. And I am going to just blend that over top of the lilac, but leaving a little bit of room in the middle so that the lilac can be seen still. I'm just sort of placing the color down first and then worrying about blending it out afterwards. Okay, just blend that so that the edges are a little softer. Next, I'm going to take a little pencil brush and this purple shade down at the bottom here, this is called Moremi, I think. And I am just going to put that right in the inner and outer corners just to deepen them up. And again, I'm going to place the color first and then blend it out after. I'm just going to blend that out with my little mini blender again. Next, I'm going to take this yellow shade in the middle here. This is called Kendake, I think. I am not an expert name pronouncer, especially when it comes to names that aren't in English, but just in general, I am not great at pronouncing names. If somebody in the comments would like to teach me how these are pronounced, I'd love that. Ooh, this is fun. I really like this look so far. Okay, I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush again and I'm just going to blend them so they sit a little smoother. It's not quite as harsh of a line between them. Now you could totally stop here if you were going to go for an all matte look, that would be totally fine. I am going to add some shimmer though. I'm going to add this coppery shade Nzinga up here. Now it looks quite dark in the pan, but it actually is pretty light. And just sort of a soft kind of copper shimmer that I'm just going to top the yellow with. So this is going to add just a bit of dimension without taking away from that color that's there. Next, I am going to take a little smudger pencil brush and I'm going to go back in with that yellow, the Kendake color, and I'm going to put that underneath my eye right in the middle where the yellow is on the top. You don't have to do your bottom lash line. I know lots of people do halo eyes without them. A-okay, I'm choosing to. I'm gonna take that same smudger brush and Amina up here, that pink shade, and I'm going to just put that on the under eye on either side of the yellow. Just to sort of mirror what's going on the upper lid. Then I'm going to take a little blender brush again and I'm just going to smooth over the edge of that lash line there. That is pretty much it for the shadow. So I'm gonna go do my lashes and my liner off camera and then I will be right back. All right. So that is pretty much the finished look for this eyeshadow. I have added some false lashes just because I think it complements this really well. But if you're not a fan of false lashes or you don't usually wear them, you could totally just finish this look off with mascara. I really like this palette. I think the colors are gorgeous. The mattes are super pigmented and really blendable. The shimmers are very, very nice. They can be really impactful if you build them up. I have wet them before and they work really well like that. Or you can go for, a softer look like I did here, where you just sort of tap the shimmer on just a little bit. The only complaint I have with this palette so far is that some of the shades aren't really true to pan, particularly this copper up here, this is Nzinga, and this purple over here, this is Makita. They swatch much, much lighter than they look in the pan. I'm okay with that. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of really deep shimmer, so I actually do really like how these look on the skin, but they are a bit different than what they look like they would be in the pan. So if that's something that bothers you, you might see that with 1 or 2 shades in here. When I picked up this palette originally, it actually reminded me of the Musée Beauty Le Jardin palette, but a little bolder. The Le Jardin is a little bit more pastel, and this has a bit of a richness to it. And that might be because UOMA is a Black-owned beauty brand and it focuses on highlighting the beauty of Africa. So they are going to be for deeper skin tones. They're going to look amazing on a huge range of skin tones. I am definitely the opposite of deep, and they still look great on me. So I think that's a really, really awesome sign when a brand can be so versatile and work for so many different skin tones. I didn't use it in today's look, but this shade down here, Nandi, is one of my favorites. This really sort of, it's a pastel lime green. It's a color scheme I don't think I've ever really seen before, and it just goes on the skin so well. One thing I really like about this palette is that it's almost pastel, but it's bold pastel. I've mentioned before I don't love pastels on me because they sort of wash me out, but I don't think this palette does that. I think the bold and the rich pigments in here make it a very, very wearable pastel for people who don't like pastels. And I think it would be particularly good for people who feel like pastels just sort of disappear on them. This would be a great, great alternative to pastels because they are much bolder. I'd really like to try some other products from the UOMA collection as well. I'm particularly interested in the big palette, the Royal Heritage palette, as well as I'd like to try some of the other palettes from them. I think they have one called the Black Magic Carnival palette. That one looks very pretty, and I think that would be something I would enjoy. So I'm very interested to keep purchasing from this brand. I really, really like this palette so far, and I really like the eye look I was able to create with it. Have you tried anything from UOMA Beauty? I'd love to know what your thoughts are and what you think the best product the brand has. Also, if you decide to recreate this eye look, tag me on Instagram. It's as you see it here. I'd love to see some eye looks, and I'd love to interact with some people who are watching my videos. So that is everything I had to talk about today, but I hope you really enjoyed this video, and otherwise I will see you in my next one. Bye!